Hi everybody, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel, Hallmark Plus More, where we watch and talk about shows, movies, mysteries, Hallmark ornaments, and anything else that floats our boat. So today we are going to be watching and discussing Tracker Season 2, Episode 1. It airs on CBS. It stars Justin Hartley as Coulter Shaw. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what's on the screen and kind of count it down so we can watch it together. Stay with me after so we can kind of talk and do a review. So right now on my screen, it kind of has that CBS logo. And usually what it's going to go in and hopefully kind of do a preview of season 1. So I'm definitely excited to get into it. I'm just going to count it down in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Yeah, CBS logo, and then here we go. All right. Very cool. Oh, love Bobby. And I love Rainey. Their chemistry is great. And his brother came back, Russell. Oh, all right, let's get into it. All right. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. I love all the characters. I love Bobby, who's the tech guy. I love Rennie, who's the lawyer. Such great chemistry with. And then, of course, the dynamic with his brother and his mom and his sister Dory. And I always have my pen. I like to write stuff down so we can try to figure it out together with Coulter. What's going on? Oh, hello. Oh, he come prepared. Coulter is always prepared. Always. One of the things I love about him, too. He's always thinking a step ahead. I wouldn't have thought to do that either. He blocked the doggy door so the dog doesn't interrupt him while he's in the house. Very smart. Of course, everybody's password protected these days, right? Or you write your password on a notepad or by the computer. Oh, golly. Okay. Freezing your assets there, are ya? Uh-oh, somebody's home. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. He stayed. Hello. Okay, Frank. Who? Oh, Coulter? Don't mess with Coulter. Coulter's strong. Mm. Okay. It's probably Teddy or Velma. Love Rainy. The whole family? That is a weird one. Okay. Craig was the brother, right? Ooh. Sure, $50,000 is a big deal to anybody. Yeah, 50,000 is nothing to snag about. Yeah, that's a lot. I take it. But the whole family. Phones. I'm assuming they were told not to take their phones if they were kidnapped, but what is he finding out? He is sharp as a tack. Oh, okay. Hello. Well, that wasn't necessary to say it about cats, but I understand federal. But he is a survivalist. He's going to get out there in the woods. I knew it. Mm-mm. Marshals. Marshals. It's like witness protection, I'm thinking. And when he hit the lottery, that's what I'm thinking. Why would the marshals be involved? 15 hours missing? Nobody gets involved unless it's over 48 hours. So I'm thinking witness protection, that's what the marshals do. You know what I mean? Why are they in on it so quickly? don't think he's Marshall, though. Why the shoes? I'm skeptical of him. Something's amiss with that Marshall guy. Why is he wearing those shoes? Love Bobby. Told ya, witness protection. Telling you. Told ya, marshals are witness protection. No. He did pay off his debts. Telling ya, marshals, witness protection. Because marshals do, WITSEC. I mean, that's their thing. And they get involved quickly if something happens to them. Oh, okay. So, that's my first thought. Obviously, I'm not in law enforcement. I know like what everybody else knows, right? Marshals do, witness protection. So when I saw that they were already there and, it came up with this bogus story about, oh, the lottery being abducted. I don't think that's bad. I mean, that she's lying. I think people that win the lottery are in danger in a lot of cases. So I that could be totally true, but I don't think that's why she jumped on the case within 12 hours of somebody being missing cross country. So yeah, I definitely think there's a different there's something else going on there. I think it's odd that the marshal was wearing those shoes, and when when he first said partner, he was like, "Oh yeah." Like you don't say, "Oh yeah." I mean, if you have a partner, you know a partner. So there's something sketchy about that guy. But that's just me talking. My gut. It's not always correct. But that's my first thought. I don't trust that guy. And then she's very protective. So I think she really might actually be a marshal. But definitely think that they're running away from something bigger. Like I don't know, ratted out the mob or something. Because if you have no, existence before so-and-so date, that's the government giving you a new identity. So, I understand why the dad got upset. I understand why he took the tablet to destroy it. I understand why the mom went after them. I just, it has to be a pretty desperate situation to leave your children. If you're a parent, you understand. I'm a parent. I understand. It has to be a pretty dire situation for them to say, you hide, I'll come back for you. I mean, animals, anything could happen, and you're leaving your kids unprotected. So this has got to be something serious, for the better good, right? Because when we do things for our children, sometimes they don't know why we're doing it, but we're doing it for their better good. A parent always has their children's concerns and safety first. So it's got to be something big for them to leave their two children behind, at least in my opinion. Me being a parent, it has to be something drastic. And even then, I take my kids with me. So I'm definitely, I want to see what happens. I love Coulter. I love this show. I love the whole dynamic. So I love Bobby, the tech guy. He's amazing. And Rennie, I love Rennie. I really hope he connects with her. I know his real life wife came on the show last season and everybody loved that. And she's a great actress. Don't get me wrong. That was great. But I like his chemistry with Rennie. So I kind of hope they get together. They're showing different previews for other CBS shows. Love Matlock with Kathy Bates. That's great. Come back to my channel if you want to watch that with me. I love that. And then NCIS Origins is a new one. I hear Mark Harmon is very heavily involved with it, so that might be interesting too. NCIS Origins. So they're just showing those for CBS, and we're getting back into it. Let's see what happens. Mm-mm. Whitsick. I knew it. As soon as she said that, I was like, that's bogus. That's not real. Thank you. Of course you do. Love Rennie. Yeah, seriously. See if you can find out. You need to know who they're running after. If that is Whitsick, you need to find out why they're in Whitsick. What did they do? You know what I mean? Who did they rat out? Who's trying to come after them? That's what you want to know. I'm sure the tablet's going to be in the trash. Yep. Oh boy. Oh boy. What do we got here? Well, they can't still be there if they put the tablet in the trash, unless somebody got to them first. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, somebody's beating them up. Well, at least Coulter got there because they're beating the crap out of Ted. You can see he's all beat up. Come on, Coulter. Come on, Coulter. Get him. Yes, Coulter. Don't pick a fight with Coulter Shaw. He is a survivalist. He is a badass. I love Coulter Shaw. Yeah. All right. Oh, Ted, how beat up are you? No. Nope, he's probably a bad guy too. Okay, so they must have took the wife and battered up Ted. But, I mean, I think, and maybe it's just me because I'm a woman, and maybe you guys are thinking the same too. It's something Ted did. Maybe it's something his wife did. Maybe his wife witnessed a crime and they're coming after her. I obviously thought it was Ted because they were beating up Ted. But if they took the wife, maybe they're trying to get information out of Ted, or maybe the wife is the one who witnessed the crime or did whatever for being in witness protection. But I mean, we are I guess we're about halfway through the show. So we found the kids, we found him. I just don't know. I mean, I really, really hope these are marshals. But there's always a twist, right? Maybe they're not marshals. Maybe they're the bad guys too. I mean, bad guys, pretend they're cops and feds and, I mean, who knows? Who knows what they did? The mafia, some of these people that do bad things, loan sharks, drug dealers, sometimes they get high up in these drug organizations and they can impersonate other people. So I'm probably reading way too into this. I really hope that the kids and Ted is going to be safe, and I hope they find the wife. But we still got half of the show left, so there's got to be some kind of twist and turn going on here. I mean, they must have had the tablet and tried to destroy the tablet, but they were already on them. I don't know. I'm just so glad they found the kids and the kids were safe. It looks like, being in the car maybe kind of helped a little bit in that abandoned car. Gave them some kind of shelter, at least a little bit. So hopefully they're okay. And, if Ted knew that they were going to hurt him or something, trauma is terrible for small children in those situations. I mean, if you talked about children where they see their parents commit suicide or they see their parents being shot or beat up or, that's really hard and traumatic on children. So is, spending the night out in the woods, but at least they're not seeing their parents be tortured and beat up. So maybe that's why. Maybe they thought, okay, this is going to be bad. If we get found by these people, they're going to either kill us or hurt the kids. And maybe they're trying to protect the kids. They don't want the kids to be killed. Who knows? Maybe the kids is who witnessed the crime and, and they hid the kids and ran. You just really don't know until we can find out why they're in witness protection. Because that was my initial gut. And again, I could be wrong. I love Coulter Shaw. I love Tracker because it's something different, right? It's not your typical crime show, There's always a little bit of a mystery of what happened and how he figures it out. So I'm excited to kind of see where this goes. So we will definitely find out what's going on. Hopefully we can find the wife before whatever happens to her. Here we go. So Connie is the person then. There you go. Okay. Okay. Somebody's gonna find her. So she put away her own family that she was married into. Heavy hitters, though. I knew it was something big. And I thought it wasn't necessarily Ted. I feel like we always go after the husband's the one who did it. But they're after Connie. They're after the wife. Take his keys and go, girl. Oh boy. I think it'd be so scary to be in Whitsick. I feel like every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, I feel like. Okay, so I was right. It might not have been after Ted. They were after the wife. No. No. You did what you had to do for your kids. Hmm. Okay. Of course. Well, not of course, but. Exactly. It's who we are, but yes, it doesn't have to define your future. We can all start over. No. Yeah. Who's that? Is that our partner? Oh, he was a marshal, but why is he dead? Told you it wasn't him. Told you it wasn't him. Told you it wasn't him. Because when he said the other partner, he was like, what? Who? Knew it wasn't him. And he was wearing different shoes. Oh, I got goosebumps. I knew it. What did I say? I knew it. The lady knew I kind of thought she was a marshal, but I'm telling you, that guy, he came out of the woods, and then when Coulter said, your partner, and he was like, what? Oh, yeah. Like, how do you forget you have a partner? You drove in the same car. You came to the crime scene together. So I knew there was something fishy with him. And then when he said the shoes, he was like, oh, yeah. Like, it didn't make sense. And then he was like, oh, I'm a marshal. And he showed his badge. I don't know. There was just something about him that didn't sit right with me. And I just had this feeling he wasn't a marshal. And then, of course, since I thought he wasn't a marshal, it had me second guessing her. I do think she's a marshal, which obviously is true. She was a marshal. She did have a partner named Boyd who her ex-husband killed and got his badge and saw Coulter. So the bad thing, though, which kind of, Coulter was telling him, hey, this is fake. They didn't really go this way. They went this way. So what's scary is, guess who has the kids now? Well, oh no, the woman took the kids to Craig's. So what's scary is the ex-husband has Ted. Right, okay. Yes, I knew that wouldn't make sense. Somebody was beating up Ted, but there had to have been two people, right? Because they would have had to hold him down and, detain him while they beat him up. So I did think that was kind of odd that Coulter beat up the guy. I went to Ted, and then when we turned around, I was like, oh, turn around, Coulter, because I thought that was another bad guy, and then it turned out to be the other marshal. And I was like, that's weird. Where's the second guy? So he was the second guy. He was just pretending to be a marshal. So yes, that's definitely interesting. Like I say, had to shake it up a little bit because we still have a little bit of time in the show. But yes, so the kids, thank goodness, are safe because they're with the actual woman marshal. But Ted, the husband, is not safe. He's not necessarily going to the hospital, so to speak. I mean, he could have took him. I'm hoping the ambulance came and Ted is okay. So really, let's hope the ex-husband doesn't have anybody in the family. Hopefully, the woman marshal really did take the kids to Craig's, his brother, Ted's brother, and hopefully Ted did get in the ambulance. But the bad guy did find Coulter and Ted. So I'm hoping the bad guy doesn't have anybody in the family and he's just after Connie. But the lady who plays Connie, I love her. I've seen her in other movies. So I was, happily surprised to see her in the show. Obviously, it's just this one episode. But I'm sorry, I thought it was coming back, but it's another commercial. She's a great actress, and I love her. I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but the redhead, Connie. She's great. So very, very interesting to see how this goes. But yeah, I didn't think it had to do with the lottery, but that makes sense. Your picture's in the paper. She thought she was ready to move on. He saw it and boom, he's coming after him. So, let's see. We should be getting back into it, but so far, really good show. Oh, CBS is showing previews for their new shows, so we'll see. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. Stay with me after so we can talk, review. It's showing the other episodes for CBS. But yes, definitely stay with me after so we can talk about it. But I think it's going good. Really, we just got to find out, what's going on. And really, if he's impersonating a marshal, I mean, that's a federal offense right there. I mean, I know that's not, like murder and, drug trafficking and things like that. But still, that's a federal offense right there. I just hope they can find something more on him so that they can put the son in jail too, maybe. Let's see. All right, here we go. Oh no, it's the marshal, the fake marshal. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, let's. Oh boy. He's already killed Ted's brother. He's going to kill the kids? Oh my gosh. Please. Please, Lord Jesus. Please, CBS, do not kill these kids. Oh my gosh. Come on, Coulter. Okay, come on, please. Oh, so those are her kids? No. No, I think he's fake. I don't know. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no. Come on. Guns in front of the children. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on, Coulter. Get in the middle of that. Come on. He does kind of look like him, but okay, I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. Not that I'm happy that anybody should die, but thank you, marshals. Not that I'm happy that anybody should die, but he just killed Ted's brother. I mean, we just watched him put a gun in his chest. So I am not condoning killing anybody, but I was hoping, honestly, I was hoping they would wound him just to get the gun out of his hand. That's one of the things I like. Some of the watch the crime drama shows where, you know, they shoot him in the legs or they get down on one knee and then they take the gun away. Or a lot of times in older crime shows, they shoot him in the arm so that, you know, they drop the gun or whatever and then they can arrest him. So, you know, everybody needs to pay for what they've done. You know, justice needs to be served, and it doesn't always need to be, you know, you have to kill them. In this case, you know, oh, well, killing him will end it. Not necessarily. He just said everybody in his family is going to hunt him down as a sport. So, I mean, you know, and that's what I think when people do that. They're like, oh, well, we'll just kill him and that'll end everything. It doesn't always end everything. And I don't mean to be happy that he's dead. I'm happy that they were able to at least just, you know, shoot him to the point where he's not going to harm anybody. I kind of hope he didn't die, because I want him to pay for what he did. I want him to have a trial. I want him to go to jail for killing Ted's brother. And from what Connie was saying, apparently he's running the family business now, so he's probably killed other people too. But I want him to pay for what he did. So, you know, I'm glad that he was shot so that he could, you know, at least get the gun out of his hand. But we'll actually see. I don't know where they shot him. It could have been a flesh wound. It could have been in his chest, but not in his heart, and he could still survive. So that's going to be interesting to see too. But like I say, I'm just kind of glad that, you know, he was shot and he's not going to, because the kids are already in trauma. I mean, that little boy is now going to have trauma, basically, right? Seeing, you know, being held at gunpoint, being told that this is his father. I mean, now he's going to have to grow up knowing that about his family, and that's going to be hard for him. Let's just hope that they can kind of have a clean slate. Maybe they can go back into witness protection. I mean, you know, I'm a parent. I'm a sucker for a happy ending, but I want justice to be served. You know what I mean? You did something wrong. You need to pay for that. But I also believe in second chances. So, I mean, I believe that, you know, people can change. Some people can't, you know. Once a psychopath, sometimes always a psychopath. But some people can change, and we should want people to change, you know. As long as people can change, the world can change. So, you know, that's what we hope for. So let's see what happens. Like I said, I'm definitely excited that the kids weren't hurt, but, you know, innocent bystanders. Ted's brother did nothing wrong, and he just, I mean, couldn't he have just tied him up in a chair or something? Did he have to kill the man? This is what gets me. You can prove your point without having to physically hurt people, but I guess in a, you know, crime business, I mean, they're in a violent business, and that's what they do. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm just glad nobody was hurt, and we'll hopefully see, you know what I mean, if he was killed or just injured. They're showing a preview for Elsbeth. I don't know if you guys heard of that show, but it's a great show. Come back to my channel. I'm definitely going to be watching that too. And stay with me after so we can review, but we should be getting back into it. They're just showing all the new shows for CBS. But definitely a great show. It looks like it's coming to a close here. We'll see. We'll see what happens as they close it up. All right, here we are. The brother that's now. I love Bobby. So this must be like, the case that got away. Okay. Mm. 10 years. Okay. Okay. No, I don't buy it. Okay. Okay. So they're going to end it like that. Well, of course, I'm going to stay tuned for scenes of the next episode. um, so, yeah, definitely interesting. I feel like a lot of the shows this season are kind of planting little seeds in the first episode of theory or, a case long term. So this Gina Pickett is, and I don't know who Frank is. They never really said. I'm assuming he's the boyfriend because, I mean, that's typically, what you would have in this kind of case, or ex-husband, so he, they obviously think he has something to do with it. So I think that's going to be the ongoing case throughout at least this second season. She's been missing for 10 years. That's a very long time. And Coulter always gets his guy, so to speak. So I'm sure this is kind of haunting him too, because he's really good at what he does, and he wants to solve it. He wants to get that closure. Closure is so important. And I think, he's really, really wanting to get that for his client. And apparently, obviously he has something on the side with her. Let's see if they show the preview for next week. Here we go. Oh, okay. 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 So, just wanted to watch that little preview for next week. So his brother, Russell Shaw, looks like is in that little preview for next week. He's going to come back and help him. So, so that always brings, a little bit more, dynamic family drama. So that'll be interesting to see, having Russell come back. And he's a great actor too. So, I like them together. Kind of just seeing, because they always talk about their family too. So anytime his sister Dory or his brother Russell come, or his mom, it's always nice to kind of see the dynamic of him and his family. So, all right, well, let's talk about the episode, what you guys thought about it. I told you before we started watching Tracker, I love Tracker. I love that he's like a survivalist. They didn't really go into the background. When I heard that Tracker was a new series that premiered last year, and I saw that it was based on books, I actually bought the book, the Coulter Shaw book, and it's actually a series. There's 4 books in the series, and I couldn't put it down. The writer is phenomenal. If you have time on your hands and you're a reader and you like to read, I would, go to Amazon. They were like $8 for a paperback. I only bought the first book and I read it within a week, and then I'm buying the second book. So yes, I bought all 4 books one at a time. But I was captivated. I mean, it is an incredible writer. The person, so this Coulter Shaw character is based on a book series. So, I know more about Coulter Shaw, so to speak, since I read all 4 of the books in record time, because like I said, I couldn't put it down. I was just, I read for hours and hours every single day. So definitely, if you enjoy, this episode, if you like the concept, which I was totally enthralled by, by him being a survivalist and his family dynamic, and what he does for a living. I loved that. So I was excited to watch the series, and it didn't disappoint. Justin is an amazing actor. And like I said, I love Rennie. You saw me get giggly when they showed Rennie, because she was phenomenal. The chemistry between the two last season. I loved that. I hope they show more of that. She kind of gets him out of trouble since she's the lawyer. Teddy, we didn't get to see, but we did see her partner Velma. Teddy and Velma are great. They're the ones who get him the jobs. They're the couple they're basically his handlers, so to speak, if you want a terminology for them. So Teddy and Velma are great. They're a great couple. They've been together for a long time, and they get the jobs for him. Hopefully it looks like Teddy is visiting with her mom or taking care of that. So hopefully she'll be back and you can see the dynamic between Teddy and Velma because they're great together. And Bobby, I kept telling you how much I love Bobby. He is so great. I love his character. He's so down to earth. And it just seems like easy flowing guy, and he's so smart and so techie, and he helps him out a lot. So Bobby is a great character. So I just like all of the actors and actresses on this show. I love the concept. I love every week how he's kind of working with different law enforcement. So hopefully you'll stay with me. I'll definitely be watching it from week to week. But to talk about this episode, I know marshals do other things, but I have a one-track mind. When somebody says marshal, my first thought is witness protection. So that's kind of why I said it so early on, because that's what I always think when I hear marshals. And then when I saw that they beat up Ted, I was like, I don't know why. I just had this feeling that Ted wasn't the target. And I was right. They were after Connie. They were after the wife. And another reason why I kind of thought they might have been after Connie was because she left her children. Being a mom, being a parent, if they're after me and I know how bad these people are and that they're going to torture and hurt and kill me, I don't want my kids to see it. I would much rather hide them somewhere. And like she said, she came right back for her kids. I mean, once she was safe, she drove the car back to look for her kids. That's where Coulter found her. So, I mean, she was going to come back to her kids. But that's kind of what made me feel like, it was because Ted went to destroy the tablet. She went after him. And then, you know what I mean? So I definitely like the way it turned out. Like I said, I always want children to be safe. I always want people to pay for their crimes. I don't think we should just, kill everybody. But in some senses, I was glad that she took the shot. Now, like I said, we still kind of don't know. They really didn't show a body bag. They really didn't say at the end if he was killed. Unfortunately, they did kind of assume Craig was killed because one of the things Coulter said, you kind of heard him say it once early on, he only gets the reward if he's successful. So, if he's after a missing person and the missing person is dead, then he doesn't get his reward. His reward is if he recovers that person, finds them. So he's saying he doesn't get the reward because I guess Craig passed. You know what I mean? The person who was going to give him the reward died. So, which isn't his fault at all. Not Coulter's fault at all. But, they kind of gave you that assumption that Craig, and they're going to put, put the money towards a charity in his name, which, and it's just sad that Craig lost his life for doing a good thing, They're all safe because Craig reached out and said something happened to his family. So, you know what I mean? He gave his life for his brother and his family, which is so emotional and touching. So, yeah, I mean, I assume they killed him, but like I say, I'm fine if you just shoot him in the arm or shoot him in the leg. Just get him disarmed from his weapon and then let him pay for his crimes, right? So I hope, I always like happy endings. I hope this wasn't too much trauma for the children. I hope they get therapy, and I hope they, can kind of work through that and kind of come together as a family and obviously go back into witness protection. But, anytime somebody fights Coulter, you're going to hear me say, get him, because Coulter is such a badass when it comes to being a fighter, because he's a survivalist. And kind of in the first scene where he had the meat for the dog, he closed the door so the dog couldn't come back into the house. I'm sorry, I would not have thought of that. He's always one step ahead. He's very smart. He's very planned. so to speak. I mean, he lives out of an RV and doesn't have a real house. He just lives on the road, but he's very calculated when he's hunting somebody, or looking in the forest, or looking in the woods for somebody. He's so smart, and he always kind of thinks ahead like that. So I hope you guys liked the episode. I definitely enjoyed watching with you and discussing the show. If this is the first time you're seeing the episode of Tracker and you really liked it, kind of like the concept, for me, that's what I loved. I love the concept. He's kind of a loner. He's not married. He doesn't have any kids. He doesn't have a house. He lives out of an RV. And yeah, he's a reward seeker, which some people think is like, oh, he just cares about the money. But no, he really cares about the people. So you can kind of see that here. I'm sure when we do the other episodes later on, you're going to see he really does care for the well-being of others. And I think I resonate with that. I like that he's trying to help people with no, I do this for you, you do this for me kind of thing. He generally just wants to help people. And of course, he collects a reward, but only if he's successful. And in a lot of cases, even last season, he was like, no, you don't have to pay me, or, pay me on a payment plan. And he's, so some people don't even pay him the full amount, or they have some kind of arrangement every month they pay him. So, I mean, he really does want to help people, and he's really good at it. So I really hope you liked this series. If you did, pick up the books. Like I said, they're not expensive. I don't have a lot of money. I wouldn't have been telling you to buy a $30 book. It's like $10. It was $9 on Amazon. I bought the first book, read it, bought the second book, read it, and that's how I bought all four. But they're definitely great books. They give you a backstory of Coulter Shaw, a little bit about his family, about his dad. Very interesting. It's a little different in the books because there is a family dynamic there. And, you do see Russell in the books, but it's a little different. But yeah, very fascinating. And it is a great read. So definitely check that out if this is something that you really like. You like this episode and you want to, continue to follow it. At least you can kind of get a backstory of Coulter Shaw. I really hope he writes another book. If you know that he's written a 5th book on the Coulter Shaw series, definitely comment, respond to me, because I will be buying it. But it's been such a pleasure watching with you and discussing. So until next time, and the next Tracker episode, I will talk to you then. Bye.